All right, we got some breaking news. Frank Warren wants Deontay Wilder to fight Daniel Dubois after the Tyson Fury trilogy. Now, I'm pretty sure this is going to be contingent on if Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder again, which Frank Warren is, pretty positive that Tyson Fury will win, considering that Tyson Fury is his fighter. Because if Deontay Wilder wins the fight in the third one, the trilogy, then he won't be fighting Dubois next. He'll be fighting Dillian White because Dillian White's already got that winning lotto ticket. But with that being said, if Deontay Wilder cannot get past Tyson Fury, then I think Dubois is actually a good matchup for him. I really don't think I can't see how Dubois would give Deontay Wilder any challenges just because Dubois and Joe Joyce are very similar in style. They're very slow. They're hard punchers, but again, they're very slow. And defensively, they're not the best. And that's another thing I need to mention. So Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois, Frank Warren said has now been put on the back burner because of Corona. They're no longer fighting at the moment. So I don't know if they're going to get that set back up or if it's canceled altogether with Frank Warren putting this out. Again, I think either man is a really good test for Deontay Wilder because it puts a power puncher in there with him, and it's a very slow-moving power puncher. And this brings me up to another point. So a lot of channels shit on Deontay Wilder because technically he's not the best looking because Tyson Fury beat him. Now everybody's saying he got exposed, but really he didn't get exposed. His flaws that we saw were flaws that we already knew he had. That's him being a great technical boxer was never out there to be exposed. That was already exposed. Nobody believed that he was the best technical fighter. The thing is, could his power be the equalizer against Tyson Fury? In both matches, it wasn't, in my opinion. I thought he lost the first one, even though it went down as a draw. Some will argue that he did knock out Tyson Fury in that 12th round. So the second fight came along and Tyson Fury pressed him, had him backing up, and Wilder couldn't do anything with him. Now, I will say this. I don't like excuses, okay? Excuses should not be made in sports. If you lose, you lose. But I will say this. If Deontay Wilder comes out in the third fight and knocks Tyson Fury out early on, even if he knocks him out late on, if his punches look to have more damaging effects against Tyson Fury, then I would say we could talk about the excuses. Maybe they weren't excuses. Maybe they were real. Because from what I saw when Deontay Wilder was landing punches, because he did land some on Tyson Fury in the second fight, I didn't see a lot of damage being done. I didn't see Tyson Fury getting hurt like he did the first time. So if in that third fight, Deontay Wilder catches Fury and drops him, then we can start talking about, was he really hurt? Was his bicep really messed up? Did he have some things going on in the background? Because that will be the clarity to prove what has been said. If he looks just as, I don't want to say void of power because he still had power. He still put red marks on Fury, but he just didn't look to have the same power. If he looks like he doesn't have the same power in the third fight, then it's just Fury's got his number. Now, with that being said, just because Fury has Deontay Wilder's number doesn't mean per se everybody in the division at the top can beat Deontay Wilder. It just means Tyson Fury has his number. There's certain fighters that just for whatever reason, no matter how many times they match up against another fighter, they just beat them. It reminds me of like MMA. It was with, I want to say Anderson Silva. And there was a guy that looked like Jim Carrey. I don't remember his name, but dude was like the number one dude in the division. Nobody could beat him except for Anderson Silva, if I'm remembering correctly. And y'all can tell me in the comment section if I'm right or wrong. But that could be the thing with Deontay Wilder. See, we really don't know how good Deontay Wilder is because to the eye test, he doesn't look that great to somebody who's a I don't want to say a boxing expert, maybe an enthusiast, because I don't want to put that much on it to say that only people who have boxed, only experts in boxing can judge a good fighter, because that would be foolish to say. Hell, you've got some casuals that watch fighting that just have the eye for it. And just off a little bit of knowledge can look and see and understand what's going on in the ring better than somebody who's been watching it for years. So the problem with Wilder is we haven't seen him in there with enough top guys, in my opinion, to really say he sucks or to really say he's great. We haven't seen him in there, but you have to give him credit for holding down the belt for as long as he did. Again, Tyson Fury just might be that one guy that he just cannot beat. That doesn't mean that when he fights AJ is going to blow him out the water. It doesn't mean that Dillian White's going to blow him out the water, and etc. Now, in my opinion, I think Wilder has a better shot against AJ than he does White, but that's in my opinion, but that doesn't mean my opinion is right. So even if Deontay Wilder loses, his career is not over. It could just be that when we see Tyson Fury, he might just be the greatest fighter since Klitschko. Before Klitschko, Lennox Lewis. Before Lennox Lewis, Holyfield. I guess you could say Shannon Briggs, but really I have Holyfield higher than Shannon the Cannon Briggs, even though I like Shannon Briggs. And then before him, you had Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, etc. So Tyson Fury just might be that guy. And he might just reign over all of them until the end. Even though I feel like Dillian White could beat Tyson Fury, that's my opinion. It hasn't happened yet. So, again, I will restate. I think this is a great fight for Deontay Wilder because it'll put him in there with a really hard puncher. We really haven't seen him fighting too many power punchers. So Dubois is a great power puncher, knockout artist, and because he's so slow and Deontay Wilder moves so fast, I think it'd be a good measuring stick for both of them. We'll see if Wilder can actually take punches, if he even gets hit. And then we'll see if Dubois can even deal with the speed and experience of Deontay Wilder. So it's a good gauge on both fighters to see where they're at. So this fight really does make sense. Even if Dubois, like I said, Joe Joyce would be a good one too, because to me, Dubois and Joe Joyce are very similar. They're very close. And that's the fight I really want to see between the two, because it'd have been the fight of turtles. So it was a good match. And again, Dubois doesn't have the best defense. So when Wilder throws them wild haymakers at him, can Dubois even take the punch? Where's his chin at? I mean, it's just a good all-around gauging fight. Again, this fight is really just contingent on Tyson Fury winning. I think Frank Warren's already got in his mind that Tyson Fury's got it in the bag, how bad he beat Deontay Wilder in that second fight. But again, I will say this. You can never write off God-given gifts. Power is a God-given gift. Nobody knows where punching strength comes from. People can tell you you're driving from your feet, through your legs, through your hips, rotation of the body, your arms a little bit, but nobody really knows why some people can hit so much harder than other people. You could train two people the same way, do everything identical. They can have the same meal, same weight, same height, train the same way. And one of those guys could very well hit double, triple as hard as the other guy. It's got to do with how your body's strung up with your tendons, your ligaments. It's a whole bunch that goes into it that you can't really work on. So he's got that God-given power. Now, will it carry him any further without him learning how to box better technically? I don't know. Eventually you get to a point where somebody can take your punch, and if your power can't save you, then what do you have left? And if the answer is nothing, then you're not in a good way. The question is, and I will say this again, not to get repetitive, then we're going to end this video. The $1 million question is, in the second fight, were these excuses from Deontay Wilder, or was he legitimately hurt? Was his bicep hurt? The third fight, there should be no excuses. The third fight, if Wilder comes in there and floors Fury, then I would say those excuses are no longer excuses. They're legitimate, and they should have been addressed before the fight. He got in there. He had the real quick turnaround. I think it was like 2.5 months turnaround to fight again. So, again, that's his fault for doing it. He got into the ring. If the outfit did mess him up, he wore it to the ring. If his bicep was torn, that was his fault, because not that it was torn, it was his fault, but it was his fault that he got into the ring and lost. See, at some point in time, I understand there's a lot of money that goes into this, but at the same time, you're going to cost yourself a lot of money if you lose. So it's a catch-22. Do you lose money and postpone the fight, or do you get in there and get beat and lose money by losing the fight? I don't know. But again, the third fight will be the telltale. I'm not going to call Deontay Wilder a liar, because I don't think I've ever seen him lie. I could be wrong. People in the comment section, y'all let me know if he got caught in a lie before. But I've never really seen him lie. I've seen him say some shit I don't agree with. But I can't say that Deontay Wilder's a liar, because I just haven't seen that from him. So, again, I don't know. I know the third fight will tell all. Because if Fury comes out there and beats him from post to post again, his punches look weak again, then he wasn't hurt. But again, on the flip, just to hit it one more time, not to be repetitive, if Wilder comes in there and knocks Fury out from the first to 12th round, and them punches are having a lot more impact, then it's open to discussion. Could he still be telling lies? Yes, he could. But logically, it would make sense that he was hurt if he can hurt Fury in the third fight, and he hurt him in the first fight, but he couldn't do nothing in the second fight. That's all I wanted to say. Dubois versus Wilder, I think it's a great fight. Again, I don't think this fight happens if Deontay Wilder wins. I think Frank Warren is contingent this on Fury winning, because he already thinks Fury's going to win. Let me know what y'all think about the fight. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you like what you just listened to, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. And if you're confused, scratching your head, confused, eyes rolling in the back of your head because you don't know what to do, go ahead and sub to the channel, because it helps me out a lot. And also, you can sub till you figure out if you want to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm out, y'all. It's too early for this.